Ever met a villain who breaks your heart while scaring you to death? That's exactly what Shadow the Hedgehog did when he finally showed up in the latest Sonic movie. His heartbreaking tale seemed destined to end in silence, until that fateful post-credit moment changed everything. The Shadow has returned, and what this means for Sonic Movie 4 could be darker than anything we've seen before. Let's dive into what happened. The latest Sonic movie just hit the big screen, and fans couldn't contain their excitement as Team Sonic was back in action. But this time, they weren't the only ones taking the spotlight. Shadow, the name that had fans guessing for years, finally stepped into the spotlight, and it was absolutely wild. After sleeping for 50 years, he wakes up lost, furious, and haunted by memories he can barely remember. What's driving him? Nothing but pure revenge. Shadow becomes the movie's main antagonist, teaming up with Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's grandfather, in a deadly scheme to unleash a deadly weapon that could destroy everything. What caused their pain? A girl named Maria, Shadow's closest friend, whose tragic death left a wound so deep it twisted both of them. They came to believe the world didn't deserve mercy. But then, Sonic, our blue blur, stepped in. Using not just his speed, but his heart, Sonic reached Shadow in a way no one else could. He reminded him that Maria wouldn't want destruction. She wanted peace. In a heartbreaking twist, Shadow and Ivar Robotnik made the ultimate sacrifice, pushing the Eclipse cannon away from Earth and saving millions. It seemed like their final goodbye. And then came the moment that left fans in shock during the post-credit scene. Shadow isn't gone. He's alive. Wounded, maybe different, but very much alive. And he's not alone. He picks up a glowing ring. What does it mean? A return? A new mission? Or something that's even more dangerous? But that's not all. Amy, Rose, and Metal Sonic also appear in the credits, planting more hints for what's to come. The stakes are getting even higher. The world Sonic knows is rapidly changing, and the Shadow's story? It's only just beginning. So, the big question now is, what role will Shadow take on next? Will he come back with a thirst for revenge? Will he protect Earth from the shadows? Or could he become an unexpected hero? Whatever he chooses, one thing's certain. Shadow's comeback is going to turn everything upside down. Shadow's shocking survival in the post-credit scene unlocks a whole new world of possibilities for Sonic Movie 4. Let's be honest, his return isn't just for dramatic effect. It's a signal, a warning, or a promise that what comes next will be massive and way more twisted than anything we've witnessed so far. So, where could this story go next? Well, Shadow could take two very different paths, and both are intense in their own way. Let's start with the darker path, the one where Shadow stays as an antagonist. In the original Sonic games, Gerald Robotnik created Shadow using the alien DNA of Black Doom, the ruthless leader of the Black Arms. The film hasn't fully explored this yet, but it's dropped some hints. Shadow was found inside a meteor, not born in a lab, which points to an extraterrestrial origin. What if that meteor wasn't just a vessel, but a warning? The blast from the Eclipse cannon could easily send a signal across the galaxy, one powerful enough to reach Black Doom. If that happens, Doom could make his appearance in Sonic 4, and a lonely, emotionally torn Shadow would be the perfect target. Picture Doom showing up, claiming to have the answers about Shadow's true origins, maybe even pretending to understand the pain of losing Maria. That kind of manipulation could pull Shadow back onto a destructive path, and this time he might be even more dangerous, driven by twisted truths and alien influence. The stakes for Sonic would rise in ways we've never seen before. But what if Shadow chooses a different path? In his final moments in the film, Shadow revealed something he had never felt before: clarity. When Sonic reminded him of Maria's true wish, it wasn't about vengeance or destruction. It was about peace, kindness, and hope. That moment shifted everything for him. So now, perhaps Shadow wants to honor her memory. How? By becoming something entirely different. A protector, not one who seeks recognition or fame, but a quiet, brooding figure, observing from the shadows. He could become Earth's hidden protector, only stepping in when the danger is too great, too personal, or too deadly. With enemies like Gun and Metal Sonic possibly growing in power, Shadow's role might evolve into that of an anti-hero. He wouldn't follow orders, but he would still act when it truly matters. He could even find himself in conflict with Sonic again, especially if Sonic allies with GUN, a group Shadow has always distrusted. That clash would be charged with emotion, intensity, and a deep personal history. So, what's next for Shadow? Will he fall under Black Doom's control, setting the stage for a dramatic clash with Sonic as he plunges back into chaos? Or will he carve out a new identity, shaped by Maria's memory, becoming a hero the world never expected? Whatever happens, one thing is clear. Shadow's story isn't over. It's only just beginning, and Sonic's next battle may not be about speed, but about trust, pain, and redemption. Shadow's journey in Sonic Movie 4 could take a deeper turn, moving beyond his role as a fighter. With so little known about Sonic and Shadow's original world, there's a strong possibility Shadow could transform into something unexpected. A seeker of truth. In this potential scholar arc, Shadow might start questioning everything: who he really is, where he comes from, and why he exists. The meteor origin hinted at in Sonic 3 could be just the beginning of his new path. Guided by the fragments of memory left by Maria and Gerald Robotnik's experiments, Shadow might embark on a journey across Earth, and possibly beyond, to uncover his origins. This quest could become one of the most emotional aspects of the film, as Shadow searches for meaning in a world that barely understands him. His journey might even lead him to the discovery of Mobius, a world not yet introduced in the films, but central to the games. If Shadow stumbles upon Mobius, it could unlock a wealth of lore and pave the way for other beloved Sonic characters to make their debut on the big screen. We might catch glimpses of Big the Cat, Cream the Rabbit, or even Blaze the Cat. In this new role, Shadow wouldn't just be a fighter, he'd become a bridge. A link between the past and the present, between Earth and Mobius, between what the characters know and what they've forgotten. This kind of growth would transform him from distant and cold to wise and vital, changing how the team sees him and how he sees himself. Let's shift the focus back to the action. Sonic Movie 3 already teased a change in Shadow's direction. After a brutal battle that left Tom hurt and Sonic on the brink of defeat, Shadow was finally stopped when Sonic harnessed the power of the Master Emerald. The fight escalated quickly, taking them from Earth all the way to the Moon and ending with a desperate, unexpected alliance. It was in this high-stakes finale that Sonic finally reached Shadow, not with sheer power, but with heartfelt words. He reminded Shadow that Maria's true legacy wasn't about revenge or destruction, but about compassion and peace. That powerful realization changed the entire course of the battle. With a new understanding, the two of them teamed up, defeating Robotnik and destroying the Eclipse Cannon. However, even after fighting side by side, Shadow didn't stick around for the celebration. Instead, he disappeared once again, alone, uncertain of where he truly belongs or what role he should play in this rapidly changing world. But Sonic Movie 4 could finally give fans the continuation they've been eagerly anticipating. What if, instead of returning as a looming threat, Shadow comes back as a reluctant ally? Imagine him living quietly in Green Hills, not fully integrated into the community, but silently watching over it from the shadows. Distant, yet always reliable. He wouldn't be the life of the party or cracking jokes, but rather the calm, silent strategist. The one who doesn't speak much, but always understands the bigger picture and what's truly at stake. Shadow's return could bring a new kind of depth to the story, one where his past and present collide, creating a much more layered, complex role than we've seen before. Shadow could become the team's quiet anchor, the steady voice of reason when emotions run high, and the one who takes action when others hesitate. A battle-hardened warrior, he's seen enough darkness to know not to be naive, yet still chooses to protect rather than destroy. This kind of transformation, going from a misunderstood villain to a quietly noble hero, could be one of the most powerful and satisfying arcs in the entire series. It would add a new layer of depth to the team dynamic, balancing Sonic's heart, Tails' brilliant intellect, Knuckles' brute strength, and Shadow's cold, calculating logic and hard-earned experience. With so many possible directions for his character, it's clear that Shadow's future in the Sonic film universe is wide open and brimming with potential. Whether he becomes a scholar, an ally, a secret guardian, or even an anti-hero, one thing is certain: Shadow is poised to shake things up in ways we never imagined. His journey is far from over, and whatever path he takes next, it's going to leave a lasting impact. If you are curious about where Shadow's journey will take him next, smash that like button, subscribe for exclusive insights, and drop your theories in the comments below. Will Shadow embrace his destiny as a hero, or will he be consumed by darkness once more? The answer is just around the corner, and you won't want to miss it.